Alright, g'day guys, Matt Preston Built Cruisers, welcome back to another video. Now guys, this is my 1989 2H 60 series Land Cruiser, and this is a video of the top 5 things I hate about the 60 series. Yes, I said hate. Let's get into it. Alright guys, now you might give me a lot of hate for this, but number one on the list, and remember this is my list so I can say whatever I want, but it's actually the engine. Now, when I say the engine, I don't mean in terms of reliability, because we know these are insanely reliable, the old 2H, but what I am talking about is speed. So remember, this is my list, I can say however I want, but number one thing that I dislike about this car a lot is obviously out the box, it's a very, very slow motor. Now, you know, it's got lots of torque and that's fantastic, and I have noticed that definitely over the petrol Prado that it has got that. Stock as well, by the way, and obviously you can put a turbo on these or get the 12HT, which cost an arm and a leg, but that's probably the first thing I obviously dislike about it is out the box. Obviously compared to your modern day diesels or even almost any other diesel, these are known for being the slowest. So one of the slowest sort of diesel motors you get stock out of full drive, you think of the 60 series Land Cruiser. So that's obviously why we'll get the big turbo set up in here, but that's probably the number one thing that's obviously been very obvious, and it's obviously my fault as well because I can't say that and put 35s on it, but I have. So it is slow, gets the job done, very reliable, but that's number one thing so far that I sort of hate about the 60s, how they're so insanely slow. But you obviously, you buy one of these, you know what you're in for that. It's not a surprise, but that's number one. All right guys, now number two, sort of worst thing I hate about the 60 series is these big doggers right here, the big leaf springs. Now, yet again, when you're buying this, you know what you're in for, you know they come with leaves all around, but as we sort of all know by now, is great if you want to put heaps of weight on it, but really your steering's rubbish, and also look at the size of it. As soon as you get your big shackle on there like this one here, it's just like a giant shovel that sticks out like a meter from the wheel, and this really makes your clearance off-road not very good. Now, obviously you can do conversions like get these leaves on top of the axle, or coil conversion, or 80 series chassis swap, which a lot of people do, but out the box, as we know, leaves aren't sort of ideal for off-road. Now, in the rear, not too bad, kind of like a ute, but hence why the 80 series, 105 series, 90 series, why they're all so good, why people choose them. Their coils all around, a lot more comfortable, etc. So that's probably the number two thing that I dislike about the 60 series out of the box, is giant leaf springs, especially at the front. All right guys, now number three, the reason I've got you at this awkward height is you may already know what I'm about to talk about, but it's basically this wheel arch into this door. Now, yet again, this is probably a very niche problem for most people, but I'm just saying this is sort of my top 5 worst things about the 60. And unfortunately, it's something that makes the car look quite good in my opinion, but it's also a negative. And I'm speaking firsthand from my sister's wedding day when this was the wedding car, and I already knew getting in and out the back here was going to be hard. So obviously guys, when this door opens, not only does the door not open very far, it's not even at a 45 degree here, it's still intruding this way, is also the guards just right here. So obviously there's not much space to get in here, and also having big tyres, if you want to have big tyres at least, it makes it very difficult to transition into the back seat. All right guys, now I'm 6'4", so I'll make this look quite easy, but if you're a normal sized person, especially if you have a dress on, this is very difficult. But as you can see, getting in here, you sort of have to, you really get forced to rub on that. Now, obviously, I could just get rock sliders here, slash a big step, and they actually are coming. So that's sort of really good for that issue. But out the box, yet again, if you don't have your side steps, your car's quite high, this is always going to be rubbing against you. And the door it's not fully out, it's quite close to you. So just a little thing, only if you travel a lot with your family and you've got big wheels and you've got this in the way, that is probably my top 3 worst thing about the 60 series, but it does look very good with the long rear end. All right guys, now number 4 thing I hate about the 60 series is it's not really going to show on camera very well, but it's the transmission here in the middle. It's so wide, and if you own a 60 series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. and you know sort of the pain if you're a bit of a taller guy, what it's like. But basically, where the manual pedal is to the left, it's all a massive slope right next to it. So you can't put your foot flat there at all. Now the Prado 90 series has a massive flat open panel there for your foot, and it even comes in a lot further. The transmission itself is probably honestly half the width, not even kidding. That's how bad the 60 is. And it's the same on the NES Grenadier. The middle is so wide, there's nowhere to rest your foot. So you sort of have your left foot, not sure you can see on camera, but your left foot's on the side, it's never flat. And that can be a little bit uncomfortable for those long road trips. So it's such a like niche little thing to be mad about, but it is something that I've noticed the second I get in this car every time, is your left foot doesn't actually have a spot to sit. So that's my top 4 sort of bad things about this car, and I'll show you guys in here quickly so you know what I'm talking about. All right guys, so I'm not sure you can see here, it probably doesn't look that big in camera, but it is very, very wide, and the pedal's right there. So when you've got your foot here, when it's not on the clutch, your foot has to sit like this. And trust me, it's very noticeable. And if you have big like tradie boots on or something, it's less easy. It's easier barefoot like this, but it's very tricky. So I will say this is crazy wide, which is probably good, I guess, if you want a massive custom center console, whatever, which we'll probably do. But in terms of foot access, rubbish. So that's the top 4 worst thing about the 60. All right guys, number 5, lucky last. Can you already guess what it is? Considering where the camera's set up, I'm sure you know what I'm gonna say. And it is the rear overhang. Now, unfortunately, I think with the 60 series, one of the best things about the looks of it, from what I've heard from other people and everyone else, is because they have quite a big rear overhang, hence the wheel being forward, hence like we said before, it sort of invades on that door a lot, makes it quite difficult to get in and out if you're an older person or whatever, is the overhang. Now, rear overhang's obviously bad because the more weight you have on the rear, lighter your steering is, the more your cars can tip over. Got a big trailer on the back, like a 3-ton trailer. Your steering can be super light, and you just haven't got that support where it needs it. So hence why all the cars today, as we know, have these wheels right up here. But I think this is, in terms of wagons of all time, not to be too dramatic, but I think this has the worst rear overhang, and I'm sure you guys agree. And this is worst case scenario what I've done here, not to be too dramatic, but it's putting a big heavy rear bar on it with a big 35 dual Jerry's. This is just extending all that rear weight that was already there even further over. So compared to the Prado 90 series, compared to the 80 series, this wheel's this way another, 250 mil at least, and it really centers it out a bit more, makes it work really well. But as you guys probably agree, one of the best looking things about the 60 is this sort of rear overhang and how the front wheel is quite close to the front. Great for departure angles, but yeah, unfortunately, that does affect your handling, does affect your driving, does affect your towing. So that's sort of my number 5 bad thing about the 60. Not make or break. If you're not towing, you've got no weight in the rear, but something to keep in mind, there's a big rear overhang which can be dangerous. So that's my number 5. All right guys, now all jokes aside, I don't want you guys to think I hate the car. I absolutely love this car, and it's definitely sort of the coolest and the best car I've owned in my life, not to be too dramatic. And obviously they're getting rarer over time with all the other ones rusting out, and obviously being an older car as well. So I am absolutely in love with this car and I love it so much, but just thought for a bit of fun, we'll do sort of the top 5 things I hate about it. Let me know if you think I'm ridiculous and that all those ones justified, or if you're like, yep, fair enough, Matt, it is very slow out the box, and there's a pretty big rear overhang on the rear. So let me know what you guys think, but thought it was a bit of fun. Let me know if there's anything else you think I've missed. There might be something else you hate about it that I haven't thought about yet, like the steering wheel's massive. If you've got big legs, you can barely steer it. So there's lots of little things like that, but at the end of the day, I absolutely love this car. I think it looks amazing, and hence why I think so many people love the 60s. They just look so cool, so iconic, especially when you get your Towing Nation decals on it. Oh, it just transforms it. So guys, that's it from me. Let me know if you want me to do a top 5 best things of the 60, because far out, I could do a top 10. I love so many things about this car, and it's not even turboed yet. So once we get it turboed, that's gonna be awesome. So my shoe just fell off here, so I'm just gonna put that back on. But that's it from me, guys. So like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. We're absolutely smashing the subscribers lately. We're on the way to 11K already, which is crazy because we only just hit 10K the other day. So I think you guys are loving the 60 series content, and it looks like you guys are keen to see more. So more there shall be, because we've got roof rack coming up very shortly. I said I was going to keep it like this for a while, but guys, you know me, I love the mods. I can't stop. It's an addiction. So going to get the big rack up there, nice alloy flat rack looking rack, and then it's great because we've got more Nava gear to go on the roof as well. So hence why there hasn't been an official video of these spotties, and it's because you should know about them yet, okay? But I was too excited, got them on, got the orange amber covers on, and it just pops with this decal. So very excited, guys, all getting there nice and quickly, if you ask me. I've only had this car for less than a year, maybe 9 months, stab in the dark, and we've already done almost as much as the 90 series, which took me over 7 years. So yeah, huge shout out to Lorne, obviously, guys, if you don't know him, but this car was in his shed for a lot of that time with the paint, central locking, so many things he's helped me with this on this car, so massive shout out to him. But that's it from me. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time on Built Cruisers.